Yeah, hello. We're treating Elliott wave today, and this is BTC USD pair. So, like the Elliott wave will explain. Now, the Elliott wave moves in five waves, and then three correction waves down. We have the wave one here. We have the wave two. We have the wave three. We have the wave four, and then finally the five. So this is actually the correction down. That is the A, B, C pattern. So actually you can see the A, B, C pattern here, and you can see that. Sorry, this is A, B, C pattern here. A, five here, A, B, C. Yeah, A, B, C pattern right here. So if it is actually a wave, it continues like that. So this is wave one, this is wave two, and this is wave three, this is wave four, and then finally five. And the correction down to A, B, C, and there you go. So actually there are rules um, that govern this kind of wave system. You've got to know what the rule says before you can do anything. You have to understand the rules and this kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and the rules are quite simple once you stick to the whole thing. Understand? Uh, the first rule say that you should not chase straight because wave two is the safer zone to enter actually, and because of the market is uptrending, wave 4 cannot go below where you bought it. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4. So the principle is saying that wave 4 should not go down to where you bought it in case you entered wave 2. Now let's move on. I want to talk about wave 3. Like I said, wave 2 is the best place to enter. So in case you are trading waves, I guess you stick to it when it start forming, uh, and you look at it well. You think it's a wave trading, then you get into it. So wave 2 is the best way to enter, and wave 3. The rule in wave 3 is that it must go above wave 1. So this is actually wave 1. So wave 3 should go above wave 1, so it shouldn't be closer actually. And as you can see here, exactly that. This is wave 1, this is wave 2, this is wave 3. Remember that you bought it in a 50% retracement. um, this is wave 1, and wave 2 is expected to be retraced at least 30%. So sometimes it does happen. Sometimes too, you will get it like that. You realize that this is almost like 30% retracement, which Michael said it's okay to get the 30% retracement because um, it's right. You don't get the 50% all the time. So that is the wave one should at least retrace 50% or 30%, and that is exactly what we have here. And then the wave 3 should retrace above the wave 1, like it did exactly here. So even if you get your scale at a price where wave 1 got to, you are sure of hitting your trade because wave 3 usually goes above wave 1, sometimes 50% more, 20%, 30%. It depends on the buying pressure on the wave 4. So The rule with the 4 is that must retrace below the wave 1. It must retrace below the wave 1. Sorry, it must not retrace with the wave 1. Actually, I just woke up, so uh, I need to relax more, but I just have to do this for you, so like I said, the wave 4 must not retrace below the wave 1. I don't know whether it's confusing, but this is wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4. So the wave 4 must not retrace below the wave 1, and that is what exactly we are having here. Like I place that horizontal line there just to indicate that it didn't retrace below wave 1. Now, it is usually above the wave 1 actually, and from the image or what you're seeing on my screen, you see wave 4 as 50% retracement of the move from wave 2 and 3. 50% retracement from wave 2 and then 3. 50%. So at least we having 50% on the wave 2 and 3. It will trace down here. That is wave 4. Like if you count it, we have the 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is wave 4. Let me put something there for you to see. Okay, so this is actually wave 4. Yeah. So the rule with wave 4 is it shouldn't retrace below the wave 1, and the wave 4 is 50% retracement of the wave 2 and 3. And it's very simple. You just watch the image that I sent you the last time. So after the wave 4 retracement, it rallies for the last time to complete the wave 5. So you realize that there was some parabolic movement right here that gathered momentum to trigger from here to form the wave 5. So when I'm talking about uh, rally, it means price action was actually slow on that movement. It didn't just rise, you know what I'm saying? And it goes like that. So this is the wave 5. You know what I'm saying? Now, wave 5 is usually the longest wave, but in this case, you're not actually getting it because, like Michael explained, it depends on the buying pressure and the coin actually. So in this case, we didn't get the wave 5 being the longest, or maybe I should have adjust my chart to make it the longest, but actually this is cool with you once you want to understand. So what I'm trying to explain is that now the rule for the ABC, because now we have the wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and then we have the wave 5. So the rule for the ABC. Now the rule for the ABC correction is that the coin must retrace at least 50% of the whole move from wave 1 to wave 5. The coin must retrace at least 50% of the whole move from wave 1 to 5. So realize that um, this is actually retracing down here, and here forms the A, like it's in the image. You can check the image I sent you and you see that. So this forms the A, you know what I'm saying? Before I start another ELLIOT wave, as you can see from the image or what you see in the screen, the A is a correction retracement of 100% move of the wave 4 and 5. Yes, almost 100%. Realize almost, I said almost 100% of the wave 4 to the 5. Now the B correction does 30% up retracement from the wave 5 to A. You know what I'm saying? From A actually. So this is the A, and then it does a 30% retracement from the wave 5. You know what I'm saying? I don't know whether you get it, but let's see. From the wave 5 to A, so the B correction does 30% retracement wave 5 to A, while the C correction completes the 50% correction of the whole move from the wave 1 to 5. And you can see that. You know what I'm saying? Elliott wave plays both in bearish and bullish market, like he taught us. If it is bullish after the correction, it will continue up and make a higher high, but when it's bearish, it keeps making a lower low. You know, if you know how to ride this wave, like you said, you'll be good in making money, and you always safe. And I know a lot of traders use Elliott wave. It helps them detect and trade and follow rules. Just that you have to be in trade for a very long time. You know what I'm saying? So let me go over again and explain. So usually the best place to enter when you realize you're trading in waves is the wave 2 here. Like I said, this is wave 1, this is wave 2. You can check your image to correct it. So the wave 1 should retrace at least 30%. This is what I mean. It's supposed to be 50, but we said depending on the buying pressure on the pair, it can even do 30%. So like here, you realize it looks like 30% exactly. And this is wave 1, this is wave 2. So the wave 2 is actually the best place to enter. So talking about the wave 3, the rule for the wave 3 is that it should not go. The rule for the wave 3 is it should go above the wave 1. So the rule for wave 3 here is that at least it should go above the wave 1. You should see it above the wave 1. So remember, you bought 50% retracement, but in this case it's 30% because you realize the wave formed 30% after all. So it forms the wave 2 form 30% of retracement of wave 1. So even so, um, it's still suitable to enter. Now the wave 3 should be above the wave 1, like this chart. You know what I'm saying? Uh, like he said, it depends on the buying pressure for the wave 4. The rule for the wave 4 is that it must not retrace below the wave 1. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So the rule for the wave 4 is that it must not retrace below the wave 1 here. So you realize that this is above and it looks cool. Yeah. So it must usually be above wave 1. So this is wave 4. 1, this is 1. You draw from here, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. So this is actually wave 4. And it must not retrace above the wave 1. And yeah, and it is actually 50% retracement from the wave 2 and then 3. 50% retracement from the wave 2 and then 3. I didn't actually put my lines well, but I think it looks cool. 50% looks cool here, and it's very simple. So guess what the image I sent you, like I said. So after the wave 4 retracement, price rallies for at least the last time to complete the wave 5. So this is wave 4. So price rallies to complete this, and then it start forming the ABC. And the rule for the ABC is that the ABC is the I mean it's at least retrace 50% of the move from wave 1 to 5. Wave 1 to 5. So it must retrace at least 50%. So realize from here to here, and then retrace like that. Maybe it's not exactly that, but like I said, applying pressure. So the wave, the ABC correction start from here. So we have the A here, and the rule for the the upward move is that it should go beyond. It shouldn't go beyond 30% actually. It should go 30% to form the B. You know what I'm saying? And correct 50% for the whole move downwards to form the C. You understand? And like I said, this is a bearish wave move. It plays like a bullish and a bearish, I mean, market. So this is a bearish Elliott wave. And now it's playing. The correction is playing downwards. We have instances where we can uh, have instances that we can have a bullish Elliott wave, and since we don't have that yet, I'll try and see if I get some. I'll make a video for you. I was actually trying to see if I could get. I know this video is gonna be big, but you got to download it and see it. I was trying to see if I can get a bullish Elliott wave for you to check it out. From what I'm seeing, I'm sure I'm not gonna get some. Yeah, it's actually the BTC that I looked for. So you manage with the BTC USD Coinbase thing. So, like I tried to. This is a way example and a perfect example of Elliott wave. So you go through, like I said, if you don't get anything, I'm around on Telegram. You can hit me up and I explain further. I've been tasked to teach you this, so don't hesitate if you don't get anything. Thank you and have a good day. Bye.